Is it recording?
Yeah,
you're not playing Grand Theft
thumbs
Auto.
up mean?
You're not playing GTA while we're... Oh, I'm stealing... Oh, my God, this game looks amazing. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Dave Show featuring John. I'm Dave.
And I'm John, playing GTA 5 right now.
He's decided that he's going to play... Wow, this is a video game?
Yeah, it's a video game.
Wow. I've not watched anybody play this game yet. And these are some graphics.
There's something.
They are something. All right, shut that off. We're having a show.
I will after here in a second.
Hitting all those cars with your car. That is not how you drive.
It's a great opening to the show.
This is not did you get any feedback from the last show?
Yeah, I got a couple people say that they enjoyed the show. I know Aaron McCullum listened a little bit after 9 o'clock. After 9 o'clock, he has to go to bed, so he listened for about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And then Chris Adams, he listened to the show.
Okay.
My fiance, she listened to the show.
Okay.
I blocked a lot of my family from listening to the show.
That's what? Wow, because I said the word hand job?
Several times.
Looks like nobody's going to listen to this one.
They have plenty of chances to listen to me when I'm broadcasting otherwise, so.
Yeah, but this is something people actually want to listen to.
I agree with that.
Nobody cares about your play-by-play announcing. You probably don't even do it right.
I do it very well.
Every time you call a football game, I've listened to it. Oh, there's another home run into the end zone.
I've never done that. I've caught myself doing that a couple times, and I remember us making fun of other people for doing that, so I stopped.
All right, sure.
Did you just check your phone?
I did. I did just check my phone.
See, you can't multi. I can multi. I'm talking like nobody can tell I'm playing GTA right now.
I can.
You check your phone for 2 seconds and you go quiet.
I did. I blanked out.
You did. I was like, why is there dead air?
Hey, you know what? It's not called the John Show, okay?
That's true. It's not.
I
tried.
It almost was. I got some feedback for you from the last show.
All right, let's hear it.
Because I listened to it a few times. Why is your microphone much louder than mine?
I tried to fix that, but I think
this is not the John Show.
I think I gave you the good headset this time. There's a headset that's a little that is louder than the other one.
Okay.
And plus, I've kind of taught myself that my voice carries a little, like I'm quieter until we go on air, and then my voice gets a little louder,
right,
a little deeper. So I think that was the problem too. And you talk kind of low anyway.
Yeah, I do like having our own microphones.
It is awesome.
Pretty swanky. This game is distracting me, John. You better turn it off.
Why is it distracting? Is this distracting you?
Yeah. Oh, stop hitting those people. That is not how you drive.
I'm sorry. All right, let's pause.
Also, why are you clunking around town in a big dumb SUV? That is not the point of these games. You either get a moped or a tank. Those are the only two options.
It's harder to steal things on this game. It's harder to steal things and you die a lot quicker, so you can't take 40 gunshots after you steal a military tank.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a little hard.
Yeah. Life. Well, what did you do this weekend? You know what we're leading off with?
Wait.
Long-time listeners of the show, you're not going to believe it. You better strap in.
That wasn't this weekend. That was last week.
Oh.
It was almost last weekend.
Was it?
It was during the week. It was on a weekday, I know.
Okay, well.
But anyway, I watched Roadhouse.
Oh, boy. Everybody listen up. Roadhouse is now on Netflix Instant Watch, and you can watch it.
Yeah, you can watch it many times if you want to.
How many times did you watch it?
Just once.
Oh, okay. Well, take us through it. What was your first impression of Roadhouse?
Well, my first impression was this movie is very ridiculous. I always heard like it's one of those movies that people just kind of, I don't know, like throw off on because it's bad or whatever. But I thought the movie was really good. But there's just ridiculous things happening, and it's not hard to follow. But there's just everything happens at once, and there's explosions and there's fire, and Patrick Swayze always beating somebody up.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just that's the one word I would describe it as is ridiculous.
Was it relatable for you? Because like people hear you calling these games on the radio, and then they meet you in person, and they say, "I thought you'd be taller."
I haven't got that before, but that would be. But I get a lot of references now. Even your Facebook banner.
My Facebook cover photo.
Yeah,
it'll also be the picture, the background picture for this episode.
Is of the old man catching Patrick Swayze's Dalton? Is that his name?
Dalton, yeah.
Dalton's hand because he tried to throw a punch at him.
Uh-huh. Who plays that old man?
The guy that played in the Big Lebowski.
Yep, Sam Elliott.
Yeah, is it the Big Lebowski?
Yeah,
okay.
He's the guy at the bar.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Big Lebowski. He's also going to be. Are you caught up on Parks and Rec?
No, I'm not. Don't spoil it for me.
Okay. Well, he's going to be on this week.
Too late. Too late.
Hey, I didn't tell you who he is.
That's true. I'm too behind right now.
Well, you need to turn off this video game and get on Hulu.
I will. I may tonight. I got wrestling tonight, so I can't. Got Raw tonight.
Nah, probably not gonna miss much.
I may miss Dusty Rhodes.
Oh yeah, what did you think of the pay-per-view last night?
Battlegrounds.
Yes.
It was pretty blah, and except for the Rhodes versus the Shield, that match was freaking phenomenal. And then the main event was. It wasn't. I mean, I didn't like the ending, so.
Yeah, the Rhodes and the Shield, the Rhodes family versus the Shield was pretty fun, and my opinion is pretty much in line with yours for the rest of the show. I don't really care about any of it.
The Wyatt Kofi match was good at the end. That match kind of picked up.
Yeah.
It wasn't good at first because the crowd doesn't really know how to react to Bray Wyatt yet. They don't know whether to cheer him or boo him, so they just kind of sit on their hands. And then you had Curtis Axel and R-Truth stumbling through a mid-card match. It was awful. And RVD and Alberto kicked off the show, and that wasn't awful, but it wasn't good either.
Nope.
So yeah, that's the pay-per-view. That's Battleground.
Oh, you went and saw wrestling this weekend, didn't you?
I did. I went to see PWF and Corbin. And you didn't go with me.
I didn't because my leg hurts still, and I'm not sitting on a metal folding chair for 3 hours.
You do look more comfortable this week.
Yeah. Well, I took some medicine. I took a bunch of Aleve, and I crushed them up, and I put them in a spoon, and I put a lighter under the spoon, and then I put some water in the spoon, and then I put the lighter under the spoon, and I melted it, and then I put it in the syringe, and then I tied off my arm.
Does it work like that?
This is. I'm trying to remember every time I've watched like Train Spotting or any movie that involves heroin that I've seen. I'm trying to remember if I'm getting all the steps correct.
I think you are. I don't know.
No, I took my Aleve the old-fashioned way. I put them in my butt.
A water break during the show.
Yeah, I love
You already
water.
drank that water?
Yeah, I was gonna stop and get something, and I didn't.
That's what I'm for, bubs. But yeah, so Roadhouse. You want me to tell you what happened in Roadhouse?
Yeah, I do. Because
Okay.
I already know that I thought you'd be taller, and pain don't hurt, and polar bear fell on me. I love it because John and I were talking on Facebook chat while he was watching it, so I was getting a lot of live responses. And when you thought that dude had died from a stuffed polar bear falling on him, but that's at the very end. You can go ahead and tell us what you thought, or what
I thought was happening
what
throughout
you thought
the movie.
was happening throughout
So
the movie.
this movie, and you got to remember, like I can't put a phone down or anything during anything, or a laptop. I have to have
Correct.
some kind of media in front of me.
Correct.
So I am paying attention to the movie, but I also have my laptop up, so I have Twitter pulled up and all that good stuff because I'm addicted to social media and cell phones and stuff like that, just like everybody else.
Yeah, just like everybody else.
So it starts out, I guess
25 and younger.
So I guess this guy named Dalton.
That's right.
He's a what do they call him?
He's a cooler.
He's a cooler at a bar.
Yeah.
So he's like a bouncer.
Yeah, it's the head of the bouncers.
But so the first thing I notice from him is he doesn't just go over there and just start beating up everybody like I expected him to.
That's right.
Because I expect him, because Patrick Swayze is a cool guy. I expect him to just start, opening a can on everybody. But he doesn't.
Here's how you know he's cool. He's wearing a denim shirt tucked into denim jeans.
Yeah, and only he could pull that off.
I mean, when you're wearing when you're wearing 2 parts of a Canadian tuxedo or a Tennessee tuxedo, whichever
state
you feel like slandering at the time.
Yeah, but so and this other guy comes and he's like this older man. And I thought he was a preacher at first. I don't know if he is a preacher.
You mean the guy who owns the bar?
Yeah.
No,
he looks like a minister at the beginning because he has on like a tie thingy. He has on like the thing that goes around your neck. And I thought he was a minister at first and that he was a bartender too. But that's a different story for a different time. So I think this guy is a preacher at first, but then it turns out he's not. But he runs another bar. Is it the double something? The deuce double
deuce
stuff.
Double deuce.
So it's the double deuce, and he runs this thing, and he wants Dalton to come cool his bar down because it's crazy and all kinds of fights are happening. This is after, and so he tells Dalton to show up. He's got a plane ready for him, and then Dalton tells him he doesn't fly because I mean, why would you? And so he shows up there or whatever, and he goes to that bar, and then he sees a bunch of fights breaking out.
Yeah, he goes to observe. He doesn't tell anybody he's the new guy. He's the new cooler in charge of what's up.
Yeah, so he goes.
Jon is currently picking up a prostitute in Grand Theft
I
Auto.
don't know what she's saying because I haven't got the sound turned up because I'm playing this. But anyway, so this is where it gets fuzzy. But anyway, he's the new cooler at this bar, so he's like my rules or whatever. So he takes over.
He gets to the bar and he's watching. He's watching how the current bouncers handle every little outbreak. He's watching the bartenders
steal money.
Yep, they steal. They skim out of the register. They steal drinks. He's watching the guy and the band that plays behind the chain link fence.
Yeah, because they throw
the chicken wire,
beer bottles and stuff.
Yep.
But and then there's that one hot chick who I think he's going to hook up with the whole time, and it turns out that she's that old saggy man's woman.
Oh, the guy
that runs the whole city.
The bad guy who runs the city.
Yeah. So
J.C. Penney's coming to this town because of me.
So all this happens, and then he takes over and he tells them that they have to be nice to the people who are trying to cause ruckus.
Yeah.
And they don't like it. They want to beat everybody up.
Yeah. Because
why wouldn't you? Because you're a bouncer to a bar, and so they kind of adopt his ways. And
after he fires 90% of them.
Yeah, he fires the bartender and the guy who has the girl in the back room.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
I'm on my break.
He was on his break.
It's true. And
so I guess
that was the guy who was letting like 16-year-olds into the bar.
Yeah, that's what it was. And then so he gets in a fight with the guy who runs the city because I guess that guy doesn't like Patrick Swayze because he's cool or something.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I could come up with. So, yeah, and then all this time Patrick Swayze meets this hot chick this hot nurse.
Yeah.
And
she's a doctor.
She's a doctor, not a nurse.
No.
And so they go out together, and then somebody burns down a house. And
the bad guy burns down lots of stuff.
He burns down that old man's store, and he burns down something else, and then
doesn't he get a monster truck out and drive over?
Yeah, he drives over this cars at the dealership or whatever. They're trying to have a sale or something. I don't know. And then this has got to be the best explanation of Roadhouse.
You're getting there.
Ever.
You're getting there.
And so
what does Dalton say? He says, "I can't do this by myself."
Yeah, so he calls up an old friend who is like the old wise character in this movie. He's the Dumbledore.
Sam Elliott,
who kind of looks like him. They kind of look like.
Oh yeah, he kind of looks like. Is that maybe Patrick Swayze's dad?
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. But he calls him and he's bouncing some strip club. He's like, "All right, I'll be there" or something. And then he shows up. And then the old man has some rival ninja guy who goes up against Patrick Swayze.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you have to have that.
That's what he had to do. He said, this guy's got too much karate, so I got to go hire some karate of my own.
So he does.
Because this is the 80s.
Yeah. And then later on in the movie, something's burned down, and Patrick Swayze gets pissed and just rips that other guy's throat out.
Yep.
I mean, he just rips his throat out.
He said, "I'm never gonna fight again where I rip somebody's throats out."
Because he was upset because he killed some guy.
Yeah.
In the past.
But he barehand rips the guy's throat out.
Yeah, and the guy falls in the water, and then his woman's mad at him.
Yeah.
And then, what happens? And then they go to that guy's house.
They go to the main bad guy's house.
Yeah.
And
that's when the polar bear falls on that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought he died.
Because all the good guys in town, all the business owners or something, have had enough.
Yeah.
And they show up because didn't he have the drop on Patrick Swayze? The bad guy does.
Yeah.
Because he's in the room, the big taxidermied room.
Yeah, the trophy room.
Everything in there is just a big stuffed wild game animal.
And Swayze dodges a spear.
Yeah.
In this scene.
Yeah, and then like every middle-aged male business owner in town is suddenly there with a rifle, and they just fill the bad guy full of lead. It was hilarious.
And the end.
The end.
So that's John's version of...
That's Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
What now? So it only took me, 3 years to get you to watch Roadhouse?
Yep, and I'm thankful I did.
How come every time I tell you to watch something and you don't do it for years, and you finally do it, and it's like, oh, Dave was right this whole time. What if I start?
I've got more important things to do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
No, you don't. I can see what you have going on. You don't.
I don't have much going on.
You got Grand Theft Auto 5.
What's the next movie I should watch? I have Face Off. Is that any good?
I mean, it's good. It's not as good as Con Air.
I've heard of that one.
You should definitely watch Con Air.
What's that about?
Nicolas Cage goes to jail because he just got out of the military, and he's celebrating with his wife, and she's pregnant, and they're in a bar, and these guys start hitting on his wife and stuff, and he's like, "Leave my wife alone," because he's got a terrible Southern accent in this movie. And then they go to leave, and when they get out in the parking lot, those guys jump Nicolas Cage, and since he has this military combat training, he basically kills both of them with his bare hands. And so they send him to big time prison because he should have known better or some bullshit like that, because his hands were deadly weapons or whatever. And so he gets out of jail, and he's going to see his daughter, who is like 5 or 6 now or whatever. And but the prison he's in is like across the country or whatever. So they've got to put him on a plane with a bunch of other convicts and then fly them, and then he'll get dropped off like halfway between where the prison is and where the plane is eventually going. But the other criminals on the plane are like just like Batman's rogue gallery of bad guys. It's just like a whole who's who of some of the worst people, and they've all got these big backstories about who they are and stuff. And they take over the plane, and he's like, "I just want to get off this plane and see my baby daughter." It's pretty awesome. John Malkovich is the main bad guy in that. Who else? Dave Chappelle is in it.
What?
Yeah. There's a bunch of other cool people in it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's awesome. John Cusack's in it. He's one of the he's like a cop or DEA.
I may have to. It's
like
not on Netflix though. I don't think.
No. It's or it might be. They might have added it. I can't remember. It's on there sometimes. You may have to drop $4 for the DVD of it. It's totally worth it.
Where I get at Walmart or something.
Yeah, it's probably just head to that wall of movies where there's like 3 of them for $5, or like a Nicolas Cage 3-pack. You'll find it.
So Con Air, and Con Air is on next. I gotta watch Bloodsport. It's on my list.
Yeah, I need to watch Bloodsport. I'll probably bring that so you can watch it.
Yay! I'm excited.
Secret underground martial arts tournament starring Jean-Claude Van Damme.
So, well,
and Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. And all the Capital One commercials with Vikings.
well, that's the podcast today.
Yeah, we're all done.
See you all.
What's our timer at? 20 minutes.
Yep, bingo.
Really?
Yep.
All right, let's do 25 more minutes.
Of nonsense.
Let's,
We don't do any preparation for the show.
Sometimes we write down what topics we want to cover.
And we didn't
Sometimes we write down what topics we want to cover.
Well, it was homecoming this week at
It was homecoming this past
fictional
weekend at Kentucky Mountain College.
at Kentucky Mountain College.
You had to go.
I had to go. I had to call the.
You probably would have gone anyway.
I would have, because Aaron McCullum was there. We all love Aaron.
He's all right.
He's all right. So yeah,
he doesn't bother me.
Dave wasn't there.
I wasn't there. My high school reunion was actually 2 weeks prior to last weekend. I didn't go to that either.
Well, 0 for 2 on the year.
I would call it 2 for 2. Just depends on if your water bottle's half full or not, I guess.
What's yours? Yours is
mine's
almost empty.
Completely empty.
So I heard you said you were going to talk about PWF.
Nah.
You're not going to now?
Nah. No, because you're just going to stonewall me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I don't know. It's just, I guess now that the ring announcer's retired, maybe they'll have to. Look, all right, if you're an indie wrestling company and you want me to come to your show, don't make the ring announcer the star of the show. I don't care how cool of a guy he is and how much of your friend he is. The posters that you put up around town should have the wrestlers on it, not front and center ring announcer. That's not good business, as Triple H would say.
It's not what's best for business.
It's not what's best for business.
And I agree to a certain extent, but
you
also
agree 100%.
Also, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. You know why he was on the cover of the wrestling thing. Because he's very well known in London.
Well, yeah, but I'll tell you what. Are people going to the shows to see the ring announcer?
No.
Or are they going to watch the wrestlers wrestle?
Well, for whatever reason, the attendance has been slowly dropping. So, I don't know.
Well, it's been 3 months in a row where the ring announcer's been front and center on all the posters. So,
could very well be it.
Now that he's retired, maybe they'll have someone else on the posters. And it's nothing against him. It's not his fault. It's just it's a wrestling company. Wrestling. Pro wrestling. Not pro announcing. Not pro broadcasting.
And I think the wrestling is good enough to stand on its own for PWF too, compared to a lot of the other independent promotions in Kentucky.
Compared to pretty much every independent promotion in this state, I would rather see the wrestlers for the most part, the wrestlers from PWF wrestle. I like about 70 to 80% of them, and the rest of them, I don't care about. The rest of them are terrible, but 70 to 80%. I enjoy seeing them.
I do too.
I wish the chairs were more comfortable, but there's nothing anybody can do about that. No matter where you go or what show you see, you're going to be sitting in metal folding chairs.
We can bring the love sack here that I'm sitting on.
Or I could get in shape. I could get in shape, and then we wouldn't have to worry about it.
No, you shouldn't.
No, screw it.
Yeah,
somebody turn this water into Mountain Dew. And then mix it with another Mountain Dew.
Sorry, I don't have soda at my apartment.
Why not?
It's healthy here in the North household.
It is not healthy here. Right? Maybe it is. You got 2 boxes of Go Lean cereal.
I do love that.
And a brick of Velveeta cheese with an open pocket knife next to it.
With like the cheese like on the sides of the pocket knife.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
But one thing we talk about, DBF is upon us.
DBF is here, from PWF to DBF. Oh, maybe that's why there weren't very many people at the PWF show.
They're saving up.
They're staying to save up their check to
Fried bacon.
Come get some fried bacon with a side of ranch.
Fried chocolate bacon,
Oh, good.
It's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Get some chicken on a stick, maybe.
Is that your favorite festival food?
No, I've actually never really had any festival food at all.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've had funnel cake, but that doesn't really count because that's like the oldest thing there is. I think I've had some of those deep fried potato chips or whatever.
Like the curly, ribbon potatoes or whatever they call them.
Those things. Those were really crunchy. You might as well eat kettle chips.
Yeah.
Except if you eat kettle chips, they're not going to have as much grease. So why bother?
But
it's they've already done a couple pretty baby contests, haven't they?
Yeah, that was like Sunday.
I'm surprised. I can never remember when it really kicks into gear and there won't be anywhere to park in front of your apartment.
I think Wednesday. I have a brochure actually somewhere.
They don't have the food booths out.
Yeah, the food booth's open. I think Wednesday night.
You're just gonna go down and.
Yeah, I'll probably eat down there all week. Why not? Because are you yawning on air?
No.
Am I that boring?
Yawning is an involuntary action.
Is it?
Yep.
I'm keeping myself from yawning right now.
Well, yeah, but it's not a voluntary action, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
You can stop yourself from yawning, but you can't do a real yawn on purpose. You can do a fake one.
I refuse to yawn now.
See, that was a fake one.
But yeah, I'm Cubs gumbo is always the best. So I'll go down and get some of that. So yeah, it'll be
gumbo. It's deep fried. It's a deep fried gumbo.
Deep fried gumbo. What are you doing?
I'm making this pillow.
Why are you putting it between your legs?
I'm trying to put it under my leg so that it supports my leg.
Get one of these. You want one of these?
Nope. I want to fart on your UK pillow. Let's see. So where are you going to park? When do you have to move your car?
I have to move I probably wouldn't officially have to move it until Saturday, which is the.
You won't be able. But you got to move it before they get the food stalls in.
Which is the festival, which is the parade. But they literally cut off. Like I could park on the street up until then because they cut it off right up here at the stop.
Yeah, they cut
right above
off
my apartment.
At the stoplight right in front of where I'm parked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I could park there, but
you could park there, but you can't turn around
or move ever.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, move it.
But the good news is nothing would be coming down, so I could easily just back it up and maneuver it how I wanted to.
You could if the streets weren't full of hooples.
That's true too. It's gonna be. I just have a feeling that this year is gonna be a banner year for DBF.
Really?
I have a feeling.
It kind of seems like it's always a banner year. I would tell you one thing. I would definitely keep that downstairs door shut.
Yeah, they'll have trash in it, and that's another thing too. If I leave my truck parked out there, it's going to be full of trash by the end of the week.
Well, no, because like people are just going to open up this door downstairs and come in here and do it on your staircase.
I hope not.
And by it, I mean either have sex or snort drugs.
They probably don't.
Or pee. I bet you anything somebody will come in this door and pee on your staircase.
I bet they will.
I bet I will.
I don't think anybody knows that there's apartment buildings on top of the unemployment office.
I think everybody knows that there's apartment buildings on top of every building in every downtown square in every city.
That's true, but I mean, I never locked that door down there. So I'll shut it for sure, though.
Well, it would probably be easier to lock it if you were the only apartment up here. Since there's another one.
I don't want to lock it and keep them.
Yeah, because they might not know you got it locked. Or you might just want to say to them, hey, do you want to keep the downstairs door locked this week?
That would probably be smart.
Yeah, you should probably swing by the cafeteria tomorrow and tell your flatmates.
Like, hey, yo.
People that live in the other apartment up here.
Well, anyway, I have a story. I have to go back on my soapbox.
Oh, okay.
Because on it's part of the last podcast. I complained about something. You remember what I complained about?
You complained that
People going shirtless in public.
Oh, yeah.
At festivals. That's what I complained about. I complained about festivals. So we get done with our podcast on Monday. I go to a volleyball game that night, and then the next day I went grocery shopping in Corbin.
Okay.
The first place I go to is Big Lots. The second place I go to is Save-A-Lot. Lo and behold, I see a shirtless person in Save-A-Lot.
That seems sanitary. And isn't Save-A-Lot one of those places where it says right on the door?
Every one of those places say that.
By those places, we mean places that sell food.
They all say you must have a shirt on to come in. Must have something on to come in. This guy had on, his pants was down to his knees, and he didn't have a shirt on.
Well, he's probably showing off his awesome carnival tattoos.
What possesses people to go shirtless in public?
Like Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus, two people who both have the same have you ever seen Bieber's tattoos?
Yeah.
It just looks like he went in he did one of two things. Either he went to the tattoo place and just looked at Flash on the wall and went, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. Or he went to a tattoo place and brought a carnival worker in with him and said, give me one of everything he has.
He did say...
Him and Miley Cyrus both. That's just... their tattoos, that's all I'm talking about when it comes to either one of them. Their tattoos are just what happens when you have $1 billion and no education.
Well, this guy didn't have many tattoos. Going back to the story.
Oh, he just...
But for whatever reason, he was just shirtless. So I'm like, all right, I'll just chalk it up as a loss.
I'm just going to ask him.
I'm just going to go to the next store after I check out here. So the next store I go to is Family Dollar to get my cleaning supplies for my apartment because I don't want to pay more for them at Walmart. So
why don't you just go to Kroger? You got a job.
Well, wait a second. I'm getting there.
Okay.
So I go to Dollar General, and guess what walks in? A shirtless guy. Not wearing a shirt in two different stores.
It's the first of the month. Get up, get up.
It was not the first of the month.
The first 10 days of the month.
Okay.
Is the first of the month, buddy.
Okay.
You better learn how the Social Security system works.
I've learned. So, and then I go to Kroger and get everything else.
Where you should have gone to begin with.
Well, I don't want to go get the cleaning supplies at Kroger when I get them for $2 cheaper at Dollar General.
Well, you know.
I mean, smart shopping, right?
Sort of. You know, you go to Dollar General, save $2, and get a story out of I seen a shirtless guy.
I did see a shirtless guy. It was awful. Why did they go out in public without shirts on?
I told you a week ago they don't have any shame. Hey, listeners, if you want to comment below here on the YouTube link, why do hillbillies just go to the store with no shirt on? Why do they do it?
Please tell me.
Even though I've just given you the answer by calling them hillbillies.
Well, I mean, they all have cigarettes in their pockets. They all have dip in their back pockets because you can see it. You can easily go to the Goodwill store and pay the money that you just paid for your cigarettes and dip to get a shirt.
Oh, my God. Do you think they don't own shirts?
Oh, I don't think they do.
They own plenty of shirts. They just don't have shame. They just don't care, John.
I don't get it. I'm going to walk around shirtless at DBF.
I mean...
And if anybody says anything to me, I'm going to say, well, everybody else is doing it. I am too.
Oh, man.
How am I back this far, by the way, in this love sack? I did not start here.
I don't know.
Up there's the laptop that I was sitting at.
No, up there's the TV that you were playing GTA at.
I'm about to do it again.
Nope. Get out of the floor. What do you think this is?
This is my apartment.
It's a big old apartment, too.
We talked about that last time, too.
No, I might have to spray paint these walls. Are you allowed to redecorate?
I think so. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not going to.
Well, I'll just spray paint everything.
What color?
Oh, I'm not gonna make it like a monocolor. I'm just gonna tag it all with graffiti.
What are you gonna write on it?
John sucks.
SUX?
Yes. So it looks like you might be winning fantasy football this week.
I haven't even checked the score.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to
Who am I playing?
You're playing Brock.
Who is that? Oh, Brock Lesnar? Evans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jon is currently 0-4 in our fantasy
I am,
football league.
but I'm 3-2 in another league, and I'm 0-4 in another league.
Wow, when I don't draft for you, you suck.
No. You haven't you didn't draft for me in that one either.
I know.
You did last year. You helped me last year.
Excuse me. I dropped Reuben Randall in every league this week, and he went off for like 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I drafted him at the beginning of the year just because, and sure enough.
Oh, man, that's funny. This girl was like, help us. And Jon gets out of his car and goes and follows her up these steps, and she pulls out a gun, and this other dude comes out with a gun. And they said, suck it, Jon, you stupid.
Dang it, now I got to run this guy down.
I think they said, what did he do, stab you and take your money?
Yeah,
something?
he took $500 off of me.
Did he
That ain't
tase
gonna fly. Don't worry, I got this.
Uh-oh, Jon's going to chase him down. Jon's playing, what's that dude's name?
Trevor.
He's playing the Trevor character. Jon's chasing him down the street and shooting at him. This doesn't seem very... You're not being a very good Samaritan right now. Why don't you...
There you go. What about that?
Well, I guess with auto aim on, you're doing pretty good.
I do have auto aim on.
I knew it.
Why do you don't want to be... I don't want to be challenged in Grand Theft Auto. I want to... I don't know. It's not like Madden or something where I play on All-American or whatever it is. I'm gonna make some money here.
Well, yeah, he probably had his own money. Wait, you have like $70-something thousand and you chase down this mugger for $500?
Yeah.
You own these streets.
This is your fault.
What's my fault?
That this happened.
That what, you got mugged?
Yeah.
Well, if I could mug you, I would. And now you're just shooting at random people.
No, auto aim though. What about that? Oh.
Hey, everybody, Jon was taking pot shots down the street at somebody and decided to cross the road without looking and got hit by a semi.
And now I'm popping off his tires.
Yeah.
And now the cops are after me. Great.
Well, what did you think was going to happen?
He ran over me.
It's a video game, not Barberville. There are rules.
There are rules. They're meant to be broken. I thought that car was going to hit me. Come here.
Did you throw a grenade?
No, I tried to throw a punch at the car.
Oh, you tried to punch a car?
Yeah.
Is this Barberville? You're supposed to throw a brick at the car.
I was about to say, you stole that joke from me. I was about to say that. Stepping on my punchlines. That's my job.
Buddy, do you got anything else to add, or are we going to wrap it up early?
No, we're not wrapping up early.
Well, what do you want to talk about next?
We're at 38 minutes, so we're almost done. We're almost
7
done.
minutes. Let's go.
We can do 7. We can do 7 minutes.
We can.
What are we going to talk about from now? I'm like, what are we going to talk about from here on out? Like, there's nothing.
Well,
well, God, the cops are after me.
Oh, we can talk more about how you don't get to stand in line for Midnight Madness.
Well, it's already on sale. They sold out.
Womp, womp, womp.
I can't go. It kind of sucks, but whatever.
Now you'll have to watch it on TV.
No, I won't even get to do that. I'll get to watch it delayed, but I won't get to watch it live.
Why not?
Because I host a radio show on Friday nights.
Yeah, and you get back here in enough time
to
watch it at midnight.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't get back to my apartment on Friday nights till 11:30 most nights.
Oh yeah, and then let's see. Midnight Madness starts at.
Do you really think it starts at midnight?
Oh, legally it has to.
No, they changed the rule.
For who? UK?
For every school.
No.
They can start practice early now.
No.
Yes. Know your rules and shut your mouth.
Okay.
I was supposed to be know your role.
Okay.
But yeah, they changed the rule now, so college teams can practice. They can practice earlier, and then they always allow any Midnight Madness that doesn't start at midnight anymore. It starts at like 7:00.
But still, it's just practice.
But it's fun.
No, it's not. Your opinion is incorrect.
It's not incorrect.
How many times do I have to tell you this?
I'm sure people would agree with you. But, yeah, I can't go.
I think when we're done with this show, I'm just going to hit delete.
This has been a good show.
Oh, I know something we can talk about. Hey, everybody, guess what? Last week, I was watching Raw right after I got out of here, went home, started watching wrestling, and guess what? A Verizon commercial comes on.
Oh, no.
And in this Verizon commercial, it's one of those coverage commercials where they show 4 different pictures, and each one of them is like where in the country each of the 4 major cell providers have, their 4G coverage or whatever. And 3 of them are really sparse, and then one of them, which is Verizon's, because they're pretty much the best, period. Theirs looks the most like the United States because it's filled in the most. So they show these pictures to just quote-unquote people on the street.
Which we know is not true now.
We know is absolutely not true. And here's how we know. Because these people are going, oh, I don't know what this is. What is this picture? You're showing me a picture.
Hey,
I don't
boo-boo.
know what to do. And then this dude comes on, and they ask him what's it look like, and he goes, I don't know, the United States? And my girlfriend, I was looking at my phone, and my girlfriend goes, that was Will. Speaking about the guy that we went to college with, John's former roommate, who's out in L.A. now. And I said, yeah, that did sound like stupid Will. And she goes, no, that was Will. And so I grabbed the remote, and yay for DVR. I recorded it, or I rewound it, and by golly, wearing a big orange hoodie and looking like Justin Bieber, like he has every day since Justin Bieber came into existence. There was stupid Will going, I don't know, the United States?
And the funny thing is, I didn't see it because I was cooking and cleaning during, I was walking back and forth during commercials.
You didn't hear Will from the other room go, I don't know, the United
I did not.
States?
And now every time I see the commercial on, I catch it too late to see Will.
Every time since then that I've seen it, it's been the previous Coverage
So it wasn't
Matters commercial.
Do you think it'll be on Raw tonight?
Maybe. Every time I've seen it on network TV, it's been the different one. So I think Will's is the cable version. So during Raw tonight, or last night, depending on when we post this.
Depending on when you post this.
Yeah. So during Raw last night, maybe go look and see if you see the commercial with our buddy Will.
Well, do you still have it on TVR? Did you record it?
Yeah, it's still on DVR.
You need to record it some way.
I don't know.
So we can play the clip.
I don't know how to do that. I'll find it. I'm waiting for them to put it on their YouTube channel. They haven't put it up yet.
Oh, will they?
I can't find it online. Other people are wanting to see it. They're asking me for a link, and I'm like, I don't have a link to your TV. Just watch TV, and eventually it'll happen.
So Will Sanderson,
and he didn't reply to me when I texted to get off my TV, and I posted on his Facebook wall, get off my TV.
He replied to me immediately. As soon as I texted him and said, why are you on my TV during Raw?
Did he not believe?
No, he didn't believe us. He said we were lying because he said I saw the commercial you're talking about. It's not me.
No, that's bullcrap.
But he didn't think he wasn't talking about the commercial that we saw.
He's talking about the network version.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's what he thinks. He thinks we're lying. Or he thinks I'm lying.
Okay.
He's like, dude, you're lying. I just saw.
He won't reply to me. They probably threaten to kick him out of seminary if he talks to me.
But you want to hear the story behind this, by the way?
Absolutely.
I'll just tell the story behind it.
Tell me the story.
A couple of weeks ago, Will Sanderson, we're talking on I guess I called him. Or he calls me and he's like, bro, I got to tell you something. And call me back. And like, Will. So if he says, bro, call me, I got to tell you something, it's probably that like he drank a Mountain Dew earlier or something. Or it could be, be something serious. You never know with him. So I call him. I'm like, yo, what up, dude? And we're talking, and this guy's chasing me on GTA. Oh, now he's going to win. I call him, and I'm like, what up? And he's talking to me. And he's like, by the way, guess what happened to me? I was like, what happened? He's like, well, I was going to my car to get some lunch. Because I guess he was at work or whatever. And I was like, all right. And he was like, and they're filming some sort of like commercial over in the parking lot. I'm like, all right, cool. And he's like, well, you know me, and I've been around, and here at Union, we've been doing, mass media stuff, so I do what every normal person would do.
Kentucky Mountain College.
Sorry. I tried to be as quiet as possible, and not try to disturb them. And the next thing I know, I've been over, to get my lunch out of the car, and they're like, hey, you, do you want to try out for this commercial? And Will was like, sure, why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he tries out for it, and they give him a call back a couple of weeks later. And then, so he texted me maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago and said, hey, bro, I'm in my trailer. I said, what trailer? And he said they gave me a call back. He's like, I can't tell you what company it is, but they called me back, and I get so much money if they use it, and I get so much money if they don't.
What?
Yep.
Well, tell them they used it. So, cut the check.
CTC.
CTC Verizon. Not HTC. CTC Verizon. Paid that man his money.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that was the story. And Will is a movie star.
Yep. Wow, he's got his own trailer.
We need to...
He's probably going to get an agent after this.
Remember that time he was on the Dave Show featuring Jon? It was literally the worst episode we've had.
Well... It might have been the worst episode. I know that me constantly screaming at Will probably is what made it the worst episode.
And then what did we tried to identify the members of the Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah.
We were like P. Diddy and Kanye and Snoop Dogg.
Y'all were terrible. All right, strike up the band.
It's like we're at 47 minutes, so that's pretty good. I always thought the Dave Show featuring Jon went too long anyway. What are you doing?
Fiddle farting around.
How do we end this?
We'll go longer next week, maybe. I just have got to get out of here.
What do you got to go do?
Take a poop. Gotta go fight. Gotta go do a fight.
All right. Well.
Oh, next week, what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Because with Hillbilly Days going.
No, it'll be over.
Next Monday, it'll be over.
Yeah, it ends on Saturday.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, positive.
All right. As long as I got somewhere to park. You trying to stand up in the back of a truck, dummy?
Yeah.
And while it goes, why don't you try sitting down in the back of the truck?
My bad. All right, how are you going to end this?
By stealing Grand Theft Auto 5 when you're not looking.
No, you're not going to. So.